he just refused to die. Yes, he's a young man. He just refused to die. This young man lived in Lagos and was actually a truck pusher. He was pushing truck around the streets of Lagos. And then on this eventful day, just as usual, he was on the road pushing his truck for the day. Actually doing that to earn a living. He didn't know that day was going to become very, very remarkable in his life. And suddenly along the road, a downfall driver, a bus driver, came from behind and hit him from behind. And that was a terrible accident. When that thing happened, the wood of the handle of the truck pierced through his abdomen and came out at the back. Everybody deserted the scene. Everybody, including the driver, unfortunately, ran away, drove the vehicle and ran away. And this young man was lying down helpless on the road. Suddenly, he raised up his hands, beckoning for help. And then gradually, people started coming close to the scene. Those who had the courage to visit the scene. Because it was horrific. It was terrible. The wood pierced through his stomach and came out at the back. And so they began to discuss, how do we help this young man? He was still alive. He could not cry. He was just looking helpless. People brought in ideas on how to assist. Suddenly, one young man suggested that they get another bus, remove the seats from the bus, and carry this young man carefully into the bus to convey him to the hospital. Because any attempt to help pull the stick out from his abdomen will mean his death. And so they agreed. Another bus was brought on board, and then they removed the seats and carried him carefully into the bus. In fact, they had to call motorcycle drivers to be driving in front and clear the road so that people who are passing will not hit the stick that projected out from the bus. And that was how they brought this young man to the hospital. An eyewitness said that by the time they got to the hospital, he could not be carried into the theater because of the length of the stick. And so they called the carpenter who works there at the hospital to come and cut the stick to size. When the old man came, relatively old, he saw the scene and fainted. He collapsed. And they had to revive him. When he became conscious, he was telling them that he thought he was asked to come and remove that particular stick. That throughout his life, he had never seen such scene before. They said, no, you just help us cut it to size. So they had to cover the young man, veil him, so that the carpenter wouldn't see that stick was actually projecting from human being. So he was able to cut it to size, and then they carried him into the theater. Good enough, the medical doctors, the experts came into the theater, operated on him, and they were able to remove the stick carefully, and this young man survived that terrible situation. Trust a lot of Nigerians, many people who caught the scene, who recorded it, who took the picture, were parading on the streets of Lagos, Nigeria, making money with him, saying, please give us money, we need to extend to this young man, he needed help. None of them got to him, to a point where a newspaper, a national newspaper had to carry the story, and they captioned it, he just refused to die. And that is the message I have for you, friend. I don't know the situation you are passing through. I don't know the challenge you are facing at the moment. You can refuse to die. You can refuse to give up. Many who have given up have actually ended their story. But you can decide to stay strong. Sincerely is not over until you give up. If you don't give up, there is still a hope, a great hope for you. And so I want to encourage you. I don't know that challenge. Is it all about job? Is it all about relationship? Is it that you are looking for something so dearly to you and it seems not to be coming so quick? Please do not give up. It's not the end of the story. If you give up, a lot of us will lose, not only you. You know why? If you don't give up and you persist to the end and you win in this case, Your success story will inspire a lot of people. It will inspire generations. It will inspire our world, even the world, the generation behind us. So I want to encourage you, good friends, please do not give up. Like that story, he just refused to die. Please refuse to die. Refuse to give up, and you will succeed. And your success story will be an inspiration to a lot of people. Thank you very much for giving attention to this. I just want to encourage you to stay strong. One day you will share your success story, and it will be an inspiration. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Cheers.